almost didn't recognize him. He was standing across the street, like a ghost that had forgotten how to disappear. Same posture, same way of holding his shoulders slightly forward, like he was always bracing for something. But his eyes, they were searching for me. 5 years. 5 years since he vanished without a word. No goodbye, no explanation. Just gone. And now he was back. Right outside the coffee shop I had gone to almost every morning for the past year. Like he had always known I'd end up here. Like he had been watching. I turned away first. Not because I was scared, but because I refused to let him see what he had done to me. 5 years ago, I was a different person. Softer, easier to read. I believed in things like forever. His name was Daniel. We met on a rainy night outside a bookstore. He offered me his umbrella, even though he ended up soaked. That was the kind of man he was back then. Or at least, the man I thought he was. We moved fast. Too fast, probably. Within months, we were living together, laughing at stupid things, cooking dinner at midnight, talking about places we'd travel to someday. I remember thinking, this is it. This is the person I'll grow old with. And then one morning, he was gone. No note, no message, nothing missing except him. At first, I thought something had happened. I called hospitals, police stations. I even drove 2 hours to his parents' house, only to find out they hadn't heard from him either. It was like he had been erased. For months, I barely slept. Every notification made my heart jump. Every unknown number felt like it could be him. But it never was. Eventually, people stopped asking. Maybe he got scared. Maybe he wasn't who you thought. Maybe it's better this way. Those words used to make me angry. Now they just felt empty. By year 2, I stopped waiting. By year 3, I stopped hoping. By year 4, I stopped being the person he left behind. I changed everything. My job, my apartment, my routines, even the way I looked at love. I built walls, strong ones, the kind that don't crack easily. And now, he was standing across the street, like none of that had happened. Like 5 years was just a pause. I told myself not to look again, but I did. And this time, he stepped forward. He crossed the street slowly, not rushed, not hesitant, like he had already decided how this moment would go. I stayed where I was, didn't move, didn't smile, didn't give him anything. Hey, he said. Just that. Hey. Like we had seen each other yesterday, like he hadn't disappeared for 5 years. I didn't respond right away. I wanted him to feel it, the silence, the weight of everything unsaid. Finally, I spoke. You don't get to say that. My voice was calm, too calm. He nodded. I know. But the way he said it, it didn't sound like he really did. Up close, he looked older, not just in the way people age, something heavier, like he had lived through things he couldn't talk about. His hands were rougher, his jaw tighter, and those eyes, still searching. Why are you here? I asked. Simple question, 5 years' worth of answers behind it. He exhaled slowly. I needed to see you. I almost laughed. After 5 years? That's what you came up with? I didn't have a choice. That made me pause. Not because I believed him, but because of how he said it. Flat. Certain. No one disappears for 5 years without a choice, I said. That's not how the world works. He looked at me for a long second. Then he said something that made my stomach drop. You really think I chose to leave you? For a moment, I didn't know what to say, because a small part of me, the part I thought I buried years ago, still wanted to believe that. But I pushed it down, hard. Whatever your excuse is, I said, I don't need to hear it. I turned to leave, and that's when he said it. They were watching you. I froze. Slowly, I turned back. What? His voice dropped. They told me if I ever contacted you, they'd make sure you disappeared too. There it was. The first crack in reality. The first moment where this stopped being just about him leaving. I stared at him, waiting for the punchline, for the admission that this was some kind of sick joke. But it never came. "Who is they?" I asked. He hesitated, and that hesitation, it told me everything. Or maybe nothing. "That's the problem," he said. "I still don't know. I should have walked away. That would have been the smart thing. The safe thing. Ignore him, block him, pretend none of this was real." But something in his voice, it didn't sound like a lie. It sounded like someone who had been running for a long time. "You expect me to believe this?" I asked. "Some mystery group forced you to disappear?" "I didn't say you had to believe me," he said. "I just needed you to hear it." That annoyed me more than anything. Like he was dropping this impossible story on me, and then stepping back. "So what now?" I said. "You show up, tell me you were protecting me, and then what? We just go back?" His expression changed. Subtle, but I saw it. "No," he said. "It doesn't work like that." "Then why are you here?" He looked around, not casually, carefully, like he was checking something or someone. "That's what I'm trying to figure out," he said quietly. A chill ran through me. "What does that mean?" "It means," he hesitated again, "something changed." "Changed how?" "They stopped hiding." For a second, everything felt too still, like the world around us had faded out. "Daniel," I said, slower now, "you're not making any sense." "I know," he said, "and I wish I could explain it better." He stepped closer, lowered his voice. "But I saw someone this morning." "Who?" He looked me straight in the eyes. "Someone who knows you." My chest tightened. "That's not possible." "I thought the same thing," he said, "until they said your name." I felt it then. Not fear, not yet. Something colder, like the beginning of fear. "You're lying," I said. It came out sharper than I expected. "I wish I was." "No," I shook my head. "This doesn't make sense. I haven't seen you in 5 years. No one's been watching me. Nothing weird has happened." As soon as I said it, I realized that wasn't entirely true. There had been things, small things, easy to ignore, like the same car parked near my apartment 3 nights in a row, or the time my phone lit up with a blocked call, and no one spoke when I answered, or the feeling that sometimes, when I walked home late, I wasn't alone. I had brushed those off, told myself I was overthinking, but now, they didn't feel so random anymore. "You're remembering something," Daniel said. I didn't respond. "That's how it starts," he continued. "Little things, things you can explain away." I looked at him, really looked at him, and for the first time since he showed up, I felt something close to uncertainty. "What do they want?" I asked. His answer came too quickly. "You." The word hung in the air, heavy. "Why me?" He hesitated again, and this time, it felt different. "Because of what you saw." My stomach dropped. "I didn't see anything." "Yes, you did." "No, I didn't," I said louder now. 5 years ago, he said, the night before I disappeared. My mind started racing, trying to grab onto something. Anything. That night. What happened that night? I closed my eyes, forced myself to remember. It had been late. We had argued. I don't even remember what about. Something small, something stupid. I left the apartment, needed air, needed space. I walked for maybe 20 minutes, ended up near an old parking garage a few blocks away. I remember that part clearly, because I wasn't supposed to be there. And then, something shifted. There was a car, black, engine running, 2 men standing outside, talking. I didn't think anything of it at first, just kept walking, until one of them said something. A name. My name. I stopped, turned slightly, not enough to be obvious, just enough to hear. She doesn't know yet, one of them said. My heart started pounding. The guy does, the other replied. Guy. Daniel. I remember feeling confused, scared, but also frozen. I should have left. I didn't. I stayed, listening. And then, one of them looked directly at me, not past me, not around me, at me, like he had known I was there the entire time. I ran, I said quietly. The memory hit me all at once. I didn't even think, I just ran. Daniel nodded. Yeah. You knew? I asked. I saw them too, he said, but not that night. I felt my chest tighten. They came to me the next morning, he continued, told me exactly what you saw, where you were standing, what you heard. A cold wave washed over me. How would they know that? That's what scared me, he said. They were always one step ahead. And then what? I asked. They gave me a choice. I already knew the answer, but I needed to hear it. Leave, he said, or they take you. Silence. They said if I disappeared, if I cut all contact, they'd leave you alone. I swallowed hard. And you believed them? I had to, he said. It was the only way to keep you safe. Safe. For 5 years. Or so I thought. Then why are they back? I asked. His expression darkened. Because you were never supposed to remember. Everything inside me went still. What does that mean? I asked. It means, he said slowly, they thought the memory would fade. But it didn't, I whispered. No, he said, it didn't. And that's when I felt it. That same feeling I had ignored for years, like someone was watching. I turned. Across the street, a man stood there, not moving, not hiding, just watching. My breath caught. Daniel, I said. I see him, he replied. The man smiled, and then he lifted his phone, like he was recording us. Don't look at him, Daniel said under his breath. Just listen to me. But I couldn't stop staring, because the man, he looked familiar. Not someone I knew, but someone I had seen before. Somewhere. Sometime. And then it hit me. The parking garage. He was one of them. My pulse spiked. What do we do? I whispered. Daniel's voice was tight. We leave. Now. We turned, started walking fast. Not running, not yet, but I could feel it. This wasn't over. It never had been. We didn't make it far. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I stopped. Daniel grabbed my arm. Don't answer that. But I already had. I don't know why. Maybe curiosity. Maybe fear. Maybe something else. I put the phone to my ear. Silence. Then a voice. Calm. Controlled. You were supposed to forget. My blood ran cold. I couldn't speak. You had 5 years, the voice continued. We gave you that. I glanced at Daniel. His face had gone pale. But now, the voice said, you remember. And that changes everything. The line went dead. I lowered the phone slowly, and that's when I realized something. This was never about Daniel. It was about me. And whatever I had seen, they were never going to let me walk away from it. Not this time. Not ever. Because now, I remembered everything.